All right, today we're talking about something pretty wild, a system that could fundamentally change how we defend our planet from the sun itself. It's the story of SURYANETRA, a truly groundbreaking AI that's designed to predict solar flares before they even happen. So let's get right into it.
I know, it sounds like the plot of a sci-fi movie, right? But this is a very real threat we're talking about. Our sun, the very star that gives us life, can also be, well, incredibly violent. So what actually happens when all that power is pointed right at us?
Just take a look at this. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Our planet is this tiny, fragile little ball floating in space, constantly getting blasted by energy from the sun. Now, most of the time, that's great. It's why we're here. But every so often, the sun decides to throw a tantrum and unleashes these massive storms. And guess what? We are directly in the line of fire. So to really get why this new system is such a big deal, we've got to understand the problem first. And yeah, this problem has a name.
And that name is a coronal mass ejection, or CME for short. The easiest way to think about it? It's like a solar hurricane. I'm talking a massive explosion from the sun's surface that just launches billions, with a B, of tons of material and magnetic energy straight out into space. And it's moving unbelievably fast.
Okay, so a giant space hurricane, why should you care? Well, here's the thing. A direct hit from one of these CMEs could be absolutely devastating to our entire way of life. We're so dependent on technology, right? A CME could fry the satellites we rely on for GPS and communication. It could literally cause power grids to collapse. We're talking widespread blackouts. And for astronauts up in space, it's an incredibly serious radiation threat.
Now, you'd think for a threat this big, we'd have some amazing shield or defense system, right? Well, that's where the story gets a little complicated. Our current strategy has a really big fundamental flaw.
This is such a perfect way to put it. Our current systems are basically just cosmic smoke detectors. They only go off after the fire has already started. They can spot a CME once it's already left the sun and is rocketing towards us. And yeah, a warning is better than nothing. But when the house is already on fire, you're not preventing the damage, you're just reacting to it. And that might be way too late.
And this right here really lays out the difference. On the left, that's the old way, reactive. We see the CME after it's launched, and we get maybe an hour's heads up before it hits. But look at the right. That's SURYANETRA. It's predictive. It's looking at the sun and analyzing the conditions before anything even happens. It's spotting the buildup of magnetic energy, the warning signs, and that gives us hours of advance notice. Not minutes, hours. That is a total game changer.
So, how exactly do we go from just watching the fire to actually predicting the spark? Well, let's meet the system that's designed to do exactly that.
This is it. SURYANETRA. And you know what's really cool about this? This wasn't developed in some secret government lab. The whole concept was born from a hackathon, the 2025 Bhartiya Antariksh Hackathon. We're talking about a team of students who came up with this idea of a new kind of eye on the sun, a cosmic coronal eye that uses AI to see what we can't.
So what's the secret sauce here? Well, SURYANETRA isn't just one simple trick. It's this brilliant hybrid. It takes real hard solar physics, analyzing things like magnetic stress, sunspot density, and smashes it together with the incredible pattern spotting ability of AI, an AI that's been trained on years and years of past solar events. And maybe the most important part, it's all built to produce clear, actionable alerts. Not just a bunch of data, but something an operator can actually look at and say, okay, we need to do this now.
All right, hybrid of physics and AI sounds super fancy, but what does that actually mean? Like, how does it work day to day? Let's break it down. Okay, I know this diagram might look a little intense at first glance, lots of boxes and arrows, but really it all comes down to a really smart 5-step process that takes raw data from the sun and turns it into a life-saving alert.
So here's how that 5-step journey works. Step 1, data comes in. It's constantly pulling live info from observatories like Aditya-L1. Step 2, the AI starts crunching the numbers, figuring out where a potential flare might be headed. Step 3, it classifies the risk. Is this a minor event or a major threat? Step 4 is crucial. It generates specific advice, not just a general warning, but tailored advisories for different sectors. And finally, Step 5, it shows all of this on a clean, easy-to-read interface, and it saves all the data, so it's always learning and getting even better at its job.
And this next part, this is where it gets really good. This is where all that complex science gets turned into simple actions that can literally protect our most important infrastructure.
Just check this out. The system doesn't just flash a big red danger sign. It's way smarter than that.
On the left, you've got this simple, at-a-glance status, green, yellow, red. Easy. But when things go to red alert, look what happens on the right. It gives out specific instructions. It tells satellite operators, hey, maybe shut down your sensitive instruments. It tells the power grid folks, get ready for some serious magnetic interference. This isn't just raw data. It's a preemptive action plan. It's telling people exactly what they need to do to prepare, saving precious time.
And if you want to see its predictive power in action, this is it. This is SURYANETRA's solar heat map. Those bright red and orange spots, that's where the system has detected dangerous levels of magnetic energy building up. It's basically pointing at the sun and saying, look right here. This is where the next big one is probably going to come from. And this is before anything has even happened.
And that really gets to the heart of what this project is all about. The team behind it, they aren't just trying to build another cool tool for scientists to play with. No way. Their vision is so much bigger. They see SURYANETRA as a vital piece of national security, a mission-critical engine designed to protect a country's entire infrastructure, everything from satellites in orbit to the power lines on the ground.
And that whole vision is really driven by this powerful quote from the amazing Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If your science cannot help humanity or sustain nature, then it is not science. It is only a subject. I mean, how true is that? Science shouldn't just be about knowing things. It should be about doing things. And that's exactly what SURYANETRA is all about, using science to build a shield against these incredible storms from our own sun.
So all of this leaves us with a really big, thought-provoking question, doesn't it? You know, we usually talk about AI in terms of stuff down here on Earth. Self-driving cars, better search results, you name it. But when you start looking up at the cosmos and the very real dangers that are out there, it really makes you wonder. With incredible systems like SURYANETRA leading the way, could AI actually become our planet's ultimate shield?